What are we going to react today?
Today I'm going to react to a video by a Taiwanese Taekwondo practitioner who recently held up the People's Republic of China flag at an awards ceremony.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
些网暴或言论出征等行为，其实我个人是不以为意、不害怕。其实我怕的是我们台湾的经济垮了，我怕的是台湾没有鸡蛋吃了，我怕的是我们台湾人忘记自己这个炎黄子孙。
Okay, so he's saying that he's afraid that Taiwan's economy will collapse and they'll have no food or no eggs to eat. And he is afraid that the Taiwanese will forget where they're from, which is confusing because the only Taiwanese who are who really came over from China are the ones that came over in 1949, and a lot of them are dead and gone. Most Taiwanese people today identify as Taiwanese, and they don't identify as Chinese. The idea that that Chinese is some kind of race and that they all must be under the same government is reminiscent of Nazi Germany. You know, when Hitler wanted to create a master race and all under the control of the German government. So so it's kind of creepy that that he thinks that Taiwanese are actually Chinese and that they need to go back to a so-called motherland. It just really reminds me of eugenics and Nazi Germany.
Do you think it's kind of out of proportion that you mentioned about Taiwanese egg shortage?
Yeah, Taiwan did have an egg shortage for a very short time, maybe a month or two, when it was more difficult to find eggs. But Jason and I never ran out of eggs during this time. There were always sources of eggs that we could find.
Do you remember that I showed you a Taiwanese female actress, an actress who almost said the same thing like what he just said? So it seems that it's a script for them to read.
It does sound like it is scripted, and perhaps they are getting paid to say these things.
Yeah, who knows?
But now the eggs are plentiful in Taiwan. There was an egg shortage in many countries in the world earlier because of bird flu, and many chickens had to be culled to stop the spread of bird flu. So so yeah, this egg shortage was not specific to Taiwan, and it was very short-lived. Never ran out of eggs during this time. Okay, so it is creepy when he says he's afraid that Taiwanese will forget their history and their motherland.
怕台湾人忘记了自己的历史、自己的母亲。我更害怕台湾人忘记回家的。
He says, "I'm even more scared that Taiwanese people will forget their way to come home." Taiwanese people are home. This is their home. Taiwan is their home. China is not their home. And a majority of Taiwanese do not think of China as home.
其实家的门一直开着，每个孩子都有犯错的时候，所以我认为。
So he is saying that Taiwanese people are like lost children, and he is trying to say that it's not too late to come back to China and stop doing what you're doing, stop having a democracy, submit to the PRC. It sounds like a CCP script. It sounds like many, you know, CCP representatives' speeches that have been made recently.
我们这些台湾孩子该回家还是应该要回家，家人都在等你。
It says, "So please come soon. Your family is waiting for you to come home." while the Taiwanese and Chinese share a cultural history, the Taiwanese, like I said, do not think of themselves as Chinese, and they are home. Taiwanese people are at home in Taiwan, and they don't want to join China, especially with the CCP in charge, with the massive surveillance system, the Great Firewall, and the social credit system, where now, if you have a low social credit score, you might not be able to purchase things that you need, because now your payment is connected to your fingerprints, your handprints, and other biometric data that the government stores. So China has really become a dystopian country. It's like something out of a science fiction dystopian novel, where your every movement is tracked, your every payment is tracked 24/7, and if you speak out against the government, you can lose everything, including your life. So Taiwanese people do not want to join that system. And the idea that there is a motherland that all Chinese people must return to, like I said before, is a very creepy notion, creepy idea, and it sounds like the rantings of a drug-addled Hitler.
I think Chinese government getting more desperate to control Taiwan.
I think they are. I really think that the Chinese economy, from the signs that I've seen, is hurting much more than the government would like to admit, and they would really benefit from, having the technology that Taiwan owns.
You think what they really worried is that there's a bigger bound between America and Taiwan.
Well, of course, Taiwan has a Chinese culture mixed in with Taiwanese culture, and it's also a democracy. So, there's a big flow of information between Taiwan and China, and the people of China can see in Taiwan a successful democracy, and the CCP is terrified of that. They don't want the Chinese people to know too much truth and to try to take control of their own lives and government. The CCP is terrified of losing power.
Okay, thank you for your sharing, Adam.
You're welcome.
All right. Next time we can do more reaction to this guy or the old lady.
Bye-bye.